Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a really exciting try-on review and first impressions of the new Morphe 2 collection from Morphe brushes. I am so excited for this. When I saw this was launching, I just knew I needed to get it. Not even because of the beautiful Dixie and Charlie, but just because it looked right up my alley. Like on the regular, everyday basis, I don't really wear a ton of makeup. I actually go a lot of days not wearing any, but I do feel like sometimes I want to have that like no makeup look and look a little bit more polished, like when I go to work or school or stuff like that. So I was really excited when I saw that this was launching because it just looked like it would be perfect for those needs. So I did end up picking up the whole collection, basically just a few of every item, but enough of a variety to try everything. So I picked up the brush set, I picked up the Shimmer eye jellies, I tried the lip and cheek tint, I tried the foundation drops, which is called the Hint Skin Tint, which is basically a foundation that is very liquidy, very light, and comes in a dropper like this. And then I also tried the lip oil. So basically I just tried a little bit of everything in this collection. So if you guys want to see what I think of all this product and how I got this look and how they all apply on the skin, then keep on watching. So I'm going to start with primer, and none came in this collection, but I'm just going to use a new one that I just got. This is the Porefessional Hydrating Primer from Benefit. So I did try the regular one like a million years ago, but I really wanted to try this guy out, and gladly I got it in like the latest BoxyCharm. So I'm really excited to try this out. Now for foundation, we have this new one to try out. This is the Hint Skin Tint Foundation, and it's basically like a skin tint, so just a very liquidy formula. It comes in a little dropper like this, and I have used one of these before. I used one from Makeup Revolution, but I'm really excited to try this one out because I do actually really like the idea behind these. I just want a little bit of like color correcting maybe and evening out my skin tone, and I do really like that light foundation feel, so I feel like this would be perfect for that. And I did end up picking the brushes from this collection as well. So I think what we're going to do is like half the face with the Beauty Blender and then half the face with one of these brushes. So these are the brushes that come in this set. There's only 4 of them, but they actually look like they're much denser than what I'm used to from Morphe. Ooh, this one is really nice. I feel like this would be perfect for the foundation. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this skin tint on the back of my hand. I already feel like I need a lot more product just to cover this half of the face. I'm not really loving this brush, to be honest, so far, just because I feel like it took up most of the product into the brush itself, into the bristles. Like you can see, it's very much stained in there. So this is the first half of my face done compared to that side. Do you see much of a difference? So far I'm not seeing much. I think the color is actually a pretty good match for me, but I feel like it didn't do much with this brush. I'm hoping that once I actually try out the other side with the Beauty Blender, then it would look a little bit better, because like my Makeup Revolution drops, these are the ones that I've been talking about. So the Makeup Revolution Pro foundation drops, I used this yesterday and I thought it looked really nice, and it did make a difference. So that's what I'm hoping for these, and I don't know. Let's try it with the Beauty Blender first. Okay, so first of all, I did use less product on this side with the Beauty Blender. I think it's just because the Beauty Blender doesn't soak up as much product, and you know, a brush from any company would take more product in, but this one, because it's so thick and so like there's so many bristles, it really did take in a ton of the product, especially because the product is so liquidy and easy to soak. So I did use more product on this side than on that side. I used a pump here and then 2 over here, or like a drop. And I do think that the overall look is pretty much the same from both sides. I think it does look really nice. It did even out my skin tone. Like when it's a full look like this, like with the whole face. It does look really nice on both sides. I do like it. We'll see how it wears a little bit later. Now, obviously, because this is such a light foundation, it didn't cover up a lot of my imperfections, like my dark circles, stuff like that. Maybe around the nose, I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. So I'm just gonna go in with a concealer. This one is the Tarte Shape Tape. It's just the one that I use every single day. So I'm gonna go on and apply it right now. And I just put the tiniest little bit of it because A, it is a very full coverage, and also I really want this look to remain light and fresh, so I don't want to cake it up with the concealer. This dewy look is super pretty, but my skin does tend to be on the little bit more of the oily side, so I do need to set it to be able to last all day. So I'm just gonna go in with this brush, the one that's a little bit domed, and then just some setting powder. This is just the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. And because this is a smaller brush, I'm going to try to sort of target it to where I need it and not just go all over my face. And that way I can still keep it looking a little bit dewy and fresh and pretty, but still set in and locked in really nicely. So I basically went into the center of my face. I set my nose a little bit on this area, my chin, my forehead, and then underneath my eyes. As I'm going along with this video, I realized that a lot of things are actually missing from this collection, in my opinion. Like, I would love to see a bronzer in here or something like that, but it didn't come with it. And I don't want to pull in too many things from other things and other brands and collections. So I'm just gonna go in with some blush. And I do have the Morphe 2 Wondertint Cheek and Lip Mousse. And I got the one in the shade Amaze, which is the darkest one they had, because I thought it would be the most versatile. So like the other colors, I'm sure they would look really beautiful on the cheeks, but this one I could tell that it would also look really beautiful on the lips. And that's the whole point of this product, to be sort of like a multi-purpose product. So I'm really excited about this. This is what it looks like on the inside. The component is really beautiful. And let's see the texture. Oh, it's very nice. So it is on the softer side, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it does feel a tiny bit moussey, like you can see the texture. So I'm just gonna go in with my fingers. So I have the product on one finger, and that's the one I'm going to dab. And then I take a clean finger and blend it out with. And then just to try it out, I'm gonna take a little bit and put it on my lips. So I actually really love this combo of the cheeks and lips. I think it looks very youthful and pretty and very natural, to be honest. Like, this would be such a no makeup day situation, like my skin by better. And I really like it. I think it looks really nice, and I do think that this product is a total win. Now for highlight, they did offer a product that is supposed to be like a natural highlight. I'm gonna pop a picture right here so you can see what I mean. But honestly, I wasn't feeling it. I don't think that it's something that I would use. And I watched Manny MUA's video of him using it, and he said it didn't really work really well with the tint. So that kind of like loses its effect for me. So I just didn't think it was worth picking up. So I'm just going to be using something very light and natural, and I do think that with this overall look, a liquid would work best. So I'm going to be using this highlighting fluid from Naked Skin from Urban Decay. So it's just basically a liquid highlight with a doe foot applicator. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this on my cheekbones, and then we'll move on to the eyes. So for the eyes, they did have these jelly eye shimmers, and I did pick up two of them. I picked one on like the natural side, and then this beautiful one that I just could not pass up. So this first one is in the shade Sunshine. So this one is more on the neutrally side, but it is super beautiful. It is a bronzy with like a pink reflect in it and a gold, and it's just so beautiful. So I really wanted to pick that one up. And then also this blue one was just the most unique out of the whole collection. It is called Starry Sky, and in the ad, Decay was wearing it, and honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of how it looked in some of the pictures, But then I seen some close-up pictures and I just was like blown away. I don't know if you can tell how many like duochromes this actually has. It's like a blue, purple, light blue, periwinkle beauty. Like it's just so unique. I just knew I needed to get that one. So these can act as either just like an eyeshadow all over the lid type look, or you can use these as a base. I think today I'm going to use a tiny bit of eyeshadow just to define, and then use like one of these all over the lid to just like really bring the look home and make it super beautiful and like shiny. So for the eyeshadows, I actually ended up picking up the Maddie Ziegler palette at the same time that I made this entire purchase, just because her collection, I looked at it and it looked interesting, but it didn't pull me in as much as the Morphe 2. But to be honest, when I was looking at like what was offered from this collection, a lot of the things looked really similar to the ones offered in the Morphe 2 collections, like the lip oils and like the chick tints and stuff like that. It just looked very much like the same, just in a different packaging. So I didn't feel like I needed to pick up both. But the palette was really beautiful and unique. So this is what it looks like. It is, on the one hand, very neutral, at least these two rows, and then on the other hand, super beautiful and colorful. I actually really like how this is curated. It has 20 eyeshadows and it wasn't too expensive. I think it was $25 or something like that. So I really do think that it's such a beautiful palette, and I just needed to pick it up. So I think what I'm going to do is, because I do still want one of those like jelly colors to be like the focal point, I'll just go with something a little bit more neutral as far as the eyeshadows go. And just so we can try it out, I'm just gonna go in with this brush from the same collection. It is a little bit of a bigger brush, but because I just want like a little bit of a haze right here, I think it would actually fit in really nicely. So I'm gonna go in first with the shade Butterfly Fantasy, a little bit of a kick up, and I'm just going to use this as a transition shade into the crease. And now for a little bit of definition, I'm gonna go into Latte, and this will again just give me a tiny bit of definition, especially with a bigger brush like this. So that's it, very simple. I barely put any. Can you tell the difference? I totally love how this is looking so far, and this is a beautiful shade. I think it's perfect for the lid and for like defining. It can even be good, I think, for contouring, but we're gonna skip that today, like I said before. Now let's go into N3 for a bit of definition in the outer V area. This brush is actually working amazingly. Like, this was so easy, took me like real time 2 minutes, which is crazy. It's so beautiful, and all I have to do now is just put the beautiful jelly eye colors like all over the lid. So let's do that. So I think we just have to go with this beautiful color, Starry Sky. So I'm just going to take the last brush from the collection, this tiny little eyeshadow brush, and oh my god, this actually does sort of look like a jelly. Like, it moves when I dip into it, and it coated the brush amazingly, so that's awesome. Whoa, it's so pretty, and it feels totally cool on my eyelids. Like, it feels literally like it's cold, like it's jelly. Okay, so what I do have to say about this is that it doesn't seem to have like a base color. It only has this like beautiful duochrome, like the purples and blues and everything. So when you move your head, it really nicely reflects all of those colors, but it doesn't have anything like on the bottom of it, if that makes sense. Like, there is no color. You can still sort of see my eyelid through there. So I think maybe next time when I use this, I might use one of like just a regular eyeshadow underneath and then put this on top for like that beautiful glow. But I do actually really like how this is looking. Since we didn't get to try out the other one that I got, I just ended up watching it right here for you guys. So this is what it looks like on the right next to this blue one. So it does seem like this one has a lot more of like a base color, which is like a bronze, if you can tell. So I do think that this would look nice on its own, But like I said before, with this one, it is sort of like a haze of color, not really with a base to it. So that's why I think it would look nicer as like a topper. But again, I think this actually looks really, really beautiful. And just to finish it off, I'm not gonna apply anything on the lower lashes or like an eyeliner. I'm just gonna go in with some mascara. This one is from Moly, Panda's Dream Mascara. So this is what it looks like on with the mascara and everything, and I actually think it looks really, really beautiful. I do wish that this palette came with like a light, just like a highlighting shade that I can put inside my inner corners right now, but it doesn't really, so I'm just gonna skip that. And the final step is the lips, so let's go back into the full view. So this is the last step and the last product from this collection. So we're gonna go in with the Morphe 2 Glassified Lip Oil, and I got mine in the shade Mirror Mirror. And this is what the tube looks like. It is on the smaller side, but this is a lip oil. You don't need a lot just to get such a beautiful look. So I think it would be fine. So let's go ahead and apply. Yeah, you need like the tiniest little bit. And this is the finished look. So as far as this collection goes, I'll start with the skin tint. I think the overall look is really nice, but am I imagining, or does it look like I'm wearing foundation? Like, you know what I mean? When you look at someone and you can tell that like something is sitting on top of their skin. I feel like maybe you can sort of see that, but I do think it looks nice. So I think I will use this again. I'm not sure if it's better than the Makeup Revolution drops, because that one I felt looked a little bit more natural, but it did even out my skin tone. It looks really nice. I hope it wears nicely, but we will see. As far as the lip oil goes, I do really like it. It doesn't have any scent or taste to it, but it does look really nice and glossy, but also, again, a little bit more natural because it is a lip oil, so I do really like that. I think the pots are the clear winner of this collection. The cheek tint and lip tint is just beautiful. I love how this is looking on my cheeks. I love how this is looking under the lip oil. And these eye ones are just beautiful. Again, these are called the Jelly Eye Shimmer, and they're so beautiful. I kind of want to pick up the whole collection now just from these because they're just so pretty. And this blue one is like so freaking unique and beautiful, and I'm really happy that they put something like that in this collection, because the entire collection is sort of geared towards like a more natural look, so you wouldn't really expect something like this, but I think because they put it in, it's a standout. The brush set, like any brushes from Morphe, are really, really nice. I'm not going to be using this again for foundation, that's for sure, but I might end up using it for contouring. I think it would fit in nicely. I think this tiny one is perfect for those jelly shimmers, because it just picks up the product so nicely and makes it just deposit beautifully. And they are really, really nice quality and they look beautiful, so I do really like them. And then it's a little bit unrelated, but I did use it today. So the Maddie Ziegler palette is beautiful in my eyes. I think the colors worked really beautifully. I haven't tried a ton of Morphe shadows in the past, but they're really good. Like, they applied so nicely, they blended nicely. I think they look beautiful with the jelly shimmer. Like, they just worked so well together. So I do really like this. I'm really excited to try out the more bright shades right here. We'll see, maybe I'll have like another video on this in the future if you guys like. Let me know in the comments. But that is everything for this video. I really hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye!